I think Keir Starmer did a good job.
Cut!
I actually think Keir Starmer.
Cut!
I actually, I actually think Keir Starmer was a good prime minister. I
Cut!
He was a boring man. Uh, he united the country. He united the country because nobody has ever been so unpopular on the left and the right and the centrists. Everyone hated Keir Starmer. And he didn't really do much. There was, he didn't really do anything. I mean, I think that was the main issue. He didn't do anything. He's a very boring man. I mean, I think the first problem is his face. If you look at Keir Starmer's face, that's an issue. And I don't mean that he's an ugly man. I don't mean it like that. I'm not being critical of his face. I'm being critical of his face, actually. But it's more because he kind of looks like he puts water in his cornflakes. Not because he can't afford milk. He can clearly afford milk or a more exotic cereal. But he just chooses to pour water into his cornflakes just so that he can be raging. Just so that he's got a serious face. A very serious, dour face. He's so boring that he resigned as Prime Minister and nobody's actually given a shit. Nobody's even really talked about the fact that the Prime Minister has resigned. Everybody's talking about England drawing 0-0 with Ghana. People are talking about it's fucking hot. People are talking about how hot it is. But the Prime Minister's resigned, that used to be newsworthy. And maybe we've had too many resigning. What we at, 7 or 8 in the last 9 years or something? Maybe it's, but I don't think it is because, like, he was there for 2 years, which, I don't like the guy or his policies. But I mean, in 2 years, you're not going to undo 14 years of Tory austerity. It's not going to happen. But he was in the job for 2 years, which is a long time in by current Prime Minister standards. 2 years is actually quite a long time now. But I remember when Liz Truss, when did she resign? When she became Prime Minister, killed the Queen, destroyed the economy. In a couple of weeks, she got beat by a lettuce. And her resignation speech was hilarious. Everybody was talking about the Liz Truss resignation. It was really funny. It was probably the only funny thing that's happened in politics for a long time. That's probably my favourite resignation, is Liz Truss. But the views and opinions of You Call That Radio are just merely opinions. It's views from the sea. What I would like to hear your opinion. This is your call on You Call That Radio. Who is your favourite? Who is your favourite Prime Minister resignation over the last few years? I would love to know who you thought gave the best resignation speech, and also I'd like to know I'd also like to know if you think Keir Starmer did a good job. There was David Cameron, who resigned because, well, they say it was because it was Brexit, but it was actually because everyone was saying that he shagged a pig. The history books have been rewritten a little bit to say he left because people voted for Brexit. But if you remember, if anyone was actually alive then and paying attention, they were saying that he shagged a pig. And I think that was why he resigned, because he didn't want to be called like pig fucker all the time. But Brexit's been good though, innit? We're all feeling the benefits of Brexit. Countries never been smoother. The control of the borders seems tighter than ever. And that was probably the next Prime Minister might be Nigel Farage, who told everyone that Brexit was a good idea. And now he's saying reform's a good idea. And now he's calling for a general election now. Even though about 5 Tories resigned and there was no general election, there was no snap general election when that happened. He would love a general election right now so people would stop talking about the 5 million quid that he took from a crypto billionaire so that he can deregulate crypto to make the billionaire more billions of pounds. So a wee snap general election would maybe stop people talking about the 5 million quid that he has definitely taken as a bribe. And he should go to jail. He should go to jail. He shouldn't be Prime Minister. He should be in the jail with Peter Murrell and Prince Andrew and Donald Trump. Get them on the jail. Why the rich people just never go to jail? And his answer is that because the Tories that have joined Reform are sticking to the same policies. So he is admitting that the Tories are Reform. They're the same people. So the people that destroyed the country for the last 14 years with austerity and blaming immigrants, that's all we've heard for 15 years, and people keep on voting these fuckers in. They've all moved for Conservative to Reform. The same people that destroyed the economy, that made everything expensive, that gave us Brexit, this caused the cost of living crisis. Everything is because of 14 years of Tories. And then Labour tried to be like the Tories. And now Reform are like, here, why don't we try this? Why don't we blame it on immigrants again, except we'll do it more this time? And they're funded by the billionaires. The media is funded by the billionaires. They've got all the money. They've got all the wealth. They've got all the resources. They're the ones that are putting the price of everything up. Stupid, unnecessary wars putting the price of everything up. And yet they will just get you to talk about trans or immigration. That's it. That's all they ever talk about. I'm beginning to think that maybe that stuff doesn't matter as much as the billionaires who are destroying the planet. From the climate to the economy, it seems apparent that these are greedy bastards at the top that don't want to help anybody but themselves and their stupid wee families. The billionaires are not your friends. And I think Keir Starmer did quite a good job. I think Keir Starmer was a good radio.